So Lee, we're here 8 minutes to 8. Should be playing. Unfortunately, the game's been called off later.
Yeah, it's frustrating, mate. It's really frustrating because I would say that 99% of the pitch is playable, but the goal mouth isn't playable, and that is it's hard to take. You know, Weston, I believe, have done everything in their power to get the game on. The pitch is brilliant. You know, you're on here now. It's brilliant, but the goal mouth is completely unsafe. You know, the only argument would be is the 1 o'clock inspection. If there is any doubt at all, you know, we have to look at the forecast ahead, because this is crippling for clubs like ourselves, us, Harrow, Met Police, Chesham. We're spending a lot of money on coaches, and we need some help from the FA. We need the leagues need looking at, because this isn't okay for us to keep doing this. Not Weston's fault. I thought the referee handled himself absolutely brilliantly. The manager was both in agreement. We were both in agreement. We have to protect our goalkeepers. Both goalkeepers weren't happy, but that could have been made at 1 o'clock maybe. You know, looking ahead. But they tried everything. Yeah. And for us, listen, if this was 50 miles down the road, no problem, but it's not. It's a 3-hour journey. Boys have taken half a day today to play, and I really feel for them, because both sets of players were ready, both teams were good to go. And again, like the 8 scenario, we've spent probably nearly on £4,000 now on coaches, and that's really tough for a club like ourselves, and we're not the only ones. You know, and it's, I say, no one's fault, but it does need looking at in the future, because we can't keep sustaining the money that we're having to spend on travel when we've got so many local clubs around us in other leagues, and that doesn't sit right with me. And it really does need addressing, because it's becoming tougher and tougher. And I'm gutted for the boys, you know, because, as I say, they've taken half days, some of them boys. You know, we even looked at Weston asked us about playing tomorrow night, but they can't do it. You know, this has been penciled in now for a few weeks, and we're going to have to come back and try again. But it's so frustrating, it really is, and full credit to our players and their players, but I have to agree with the referee's final decision. It's got worse as the evening's gone on, and I don't believe if we'd have started, we'd have finished. So it's one of them things.
So as disappointing as that is, we've got a couple of big games coming up. We've got Harrow on Saturday and a big derby. It's a special day. We're remembering Dermot Brummie again, so there should be a good crowd for that one. And then obviously Yates down this neck of the wood again next week. So how disappointing is it not to get the 90 minutes in ahead of those 2 games as well?
Yeah, really disappointing, and thank you to Weston for allowing us to do a little training session after, because if we were off at 1 o'clock, we had nowhere to train tonight, because Edgware were at home, so it would have been even harder. I know Harrow are struggling with games on, the 8 are struggling with games on. We're all in the same boat, you know, Weston are, we're all in the same boat. The one thing we'll do is make sure the boys are fit on Thursday. We'll train hard, and we'll prepare for Harrow on Saturday. And look, Steve's got a fantastic group there, hard working, and we have to go and match their energy and work rate. And he's a really good guy, Steve. And you know, I hope that we come out with a win, and he'll be hoping the same. But it'll be nice. We know the game will be on, and it'll be good to get a game, and then we focus on Yate. But what we got 21 games left. No season will be defined by the next 2. It's going to be all 21 games, and we know what we've got to do. We've got a good group in there, but you know, listen, tonight's a frustration, but I'm sure they'll come back, and it'll be more eager to play on Saturday. And we'll travel back now and get prepared, and it's going to be a tough game, but hopefully a good crowd.
Just finally, there was some good news last week with Jaden Clark signing for Gillingham. How pleased are you for him?
Listen, I'm over the moon. You know, I'm proud to have a part in that. Nico Muir put him forward to us, and I spoke to Nico the other day, and he's always said one day he'll come home, so that'll be nice for that to happen. But he come through the door, and I noticed the ability in him in 30 seconds. We called the kid the Maverick, because he had everything. I've worked with players in my time, but Jaden Clark had everything, and we moved him into central midfield. He played probably the best game I've seen anyone non-league player play against Brentford last year. He was phenomenal. He was the best player on the pitch. And he's reaped his rewards. The kid was on peanuts with us. Never once come to me for an extra money. Never once went and chased money. Believed in the process. At the end of the season, I said to him, it's time to move on. I put him forward to St Albans like I do all my players. But he felt that Dulwich was the right move. And listen, I'm proud, because I think someone questioned why St Albans used to take a lot of our players, but that's David Longking now, that's Solomon Wabakai, that's Jaden Clark, that's Tafari Moore's Player of the Month. They all go on to bigger and better things. They're top players, and I wouldn't put my name to them if they wasn't. So I'm extremely proud for him. And the next one's Hamza. Trust me, the kid's brilliant, and he's the next. When we get him fit, he'll be in with us on Saturday. He's nearly there, and let me tell you, he's the next one. You know, he's the next project for me that I want to kick on, because again, doesn't chase money, and when you're like that, money eventually follows the quality, and they're quality players, and Jaden's got it now, and I firmly believe if Jaden Clark does this right, he will kick on to bigger and better things. I've got no doubt in my mind.
Cheers, Lee. See you Saturday.
See you Saturday.